moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Bouazizi only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I would praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Bouazizi
All right, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, as usual, we ask that you do us a favor while we try to play you this. We are trying to also share from our end, so please help us, do us that favor by hitting for us the share button. Let's get ready to bring you the best of information in the simplest form. So again, please hit for us the share button. Share with as many persons as you can share with, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for your presence here. Let's do this together. Let's do this together. So just bear with me while we get what we are supposed to get here. But while we are getting ourselves ready, please do us a favor. And the favor we require of you is to kindly hit for us the share button. Share with friends, share with family members, and please, you can also comment in the comment section. Let's all of us have a very wonderful time. I mean, a very, very wonderful time. So let's get you something here while we are getting ready to bring you what we are supposed to bring you. Let's get you here. Just bear with us. Sometimes it's tough. What we do is really, really tough. Yeah, but again, we got to do what we got to do. Okay, so just bear with us while we get ready.
People, our audience, what we are talking
Okay.
about. That when disaster
Get our
struck
people
and the
at the
people
back.
were in dire need, President Weah did not turn his back from his people.
So
He
just bear with us
always,
while we
like
try
you
to bring our
intimated from the
people.
beginning and you narrated, clearly,
Bear with
there
us,
were
please.
always intervention from the part of the government. President Weah himself will intervene. And I want to show you one video here. It's just a very few minutes video, and our brother will expand further. I want you to watch this video, my people, those of you who are listening.
I'm very pleased to announce to the public that our president, His Excellency George Manneh Weah, has fulfilled his promise. Just a day after he made his promise, yesterday he paid a visit to Gibraltar, the community where he grew up in, and during that visit, he promised the dwellers, the residents of Gibraltar, that he will do a re-roofing of all of the homes in Gibraltar. president for fulfilling his promise he made during the campaign period, that his government will absorb all of the wide fees. That has taken place. We see all over the city because that's the
roofed the houses within his community, to unroof the houses within a community and then replace it with new ones. I mean, the zinc, the planks, anyone that is damaged or not befitting to be there.
Oh, my people, let's just share. We are sharing.
So you are starting to be right. Yeah, this is the first day. Okay. This is the first day. It's fine. It's going on. I mean, as you can see.
We are sharing, so just join us as we share. While we are sharing, let me just use this time to welcome our brother, Trocon Gray. How are you, sir? Welcome.
Yeah, am I clear?
Very loud and clear, sir.
Yeah, so let me say good evening to our many followers, our viewers from around the globe, most especially our families in Europe and America. Let me say good evening, most especially to our followers that are always sharing. I mean, these shares that you do are very important. It helps to spread a message to our people so they can get the information directly to their doorstep. To you, Mr. Sharif, and the rest of the panelists, I want to say thank you so much for always contributing your everything to the unique platform. It's a pleasure being here this evening, bro.
Thank you so much. We are always privileged and we are thrilled and encouraged and energized by people like you who take the risks. I refer to this as a risk. To be in Liberia as a young man doing what you are doing, I don't know if many Liberians who are very patriotic can be like you. Because the first thing they will be thinking about is their work, their family, and etc. We saw on so many occasions this government have threatened your life. In fact, they have sent people behind you. They have sent NSA officers to drill, behind you and etc. But you've never let down your guard. And whenever we see you, you don't know what you bring, but I can tell you for sure your presence here and speaking to national issue is a source of encouragement for many of us. That if we can be out of, somebody would say, the firing zone, the tense zone, and you who is right there in the midst of this torrent, if you can do it, then what stop us, especially those of us who are abroad or those of us who are not there? So I want to say thank you, my brother. I want to appreciate you. Again, fellow Liberians, help us hit the share button. Just share with as many friends as you can share with. We are going to take about 2 minutes of this particular clip, and then we will start our discussion because we have to share. Thank you. So just join us too as you share from your end. Thank you.
Okay.
My brother Louis, I just want to stop this here. Looking at what was happening in Gibraltar, with almost all of the houses had roof problems, what His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah did was not to turn his back. He went there and then made the intervention. These same very people like Joseph Numa Boyka and people who follow him, they condemn President Weah. Today, Liberians are crying in the hands of their own government. What happened to the disaster management team that Joseph Numa Boyka allocated almost $500,000 for? What happened to the president's initiative within Joseph Numa Boyka budget? In the budget of Joseph Numa Boyka, Joseph Numa Boyka budget, you have what we call a presidential initiative to assist in terms of disaster. What becomes of that? What becomes of that? Fellow Liberians, this is the kind of government that we have. The reverse is the case, where government supposed the first and foremost responsibility is to take care of its people. No, the government, the first and foremost, that for you, the people, to take care of them. For you, the people, to take care of this old sick man and the bunch of gangs that are behind him. This is what we are seeing. Joseph Numa Boyka now is wearing Rolex. A man who Okay, so again, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here. And we want to use this time to welcome each and every one of you. We appreciate your presence. I'm sorry that we are very late, and the reason is, my people, it's not easy. We are doing so many things. We got to run to come from work. From there, we got to, a baby, as you say, family sit, because there are almost three strong young people here. Other person running on this side, so we got to settle before, So it's a lot, but it's good. It's good that we are here. So again, please do us a favor, hit for us the share button, and let's all of us, all of us have a very wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. Again, we want to say welcome to you. Tag a friend, tag somebody, and we're going to be very good here today. Thank you so very kindly. So, my brother Chokon, what's going on from your end? Generally, has situation in Liberia, and how are things?
Yeah, so things are not really okay, and there are a lot of people that we are interacting with, ranging from business people, private people, and the rest of them. And with Sharif, let me be honest with you. Uh, People may not like it, but things are not okay. Imagine places that we used to visit, like the intellectual centers. Those youth centers where we have many of our young people that will converge at the places. Initially, it was for the purpose of sharing ideas. Right now, these young people gather at Thai shops and these different places with the sole purpose of begging for crumbs. I call it crumbs because how much? What can $200 or $300 liberty do for somebody? I mean, you go to these places, you interact with them, you tell them your story. The next thing you're leaving, everybody coming to you for transportation, this, that, and the rest of it. But again, it is not easy. But these are the conditions our people are going through, not just them, but the business people as well. The business people are going through a lot of tough times. I got a lot of business friends, Fulanese, Liberians. You go to them. In fact, you don't ask them and they will explain their stories. Because the thing is that no, you can't play politics with what enters your stomach or your income. I mean, normally in Liberia, one can say if somebody is enjoying, they don't have to explain it. Just from their appearance, you will just see it and you will know that things are okay. Things are okay with them. But if things are tough, Liberian man will be the first man to tell you. If Liberian man is not enjoying, you need no rocket scientist to tell you that man is not easy on him. For his appearance, for his activities. Imagine nowadays, normally, like before, the clubs and things would normally ball on Friday, Wednesday and things. Right now, it is only Friday for 2 hours. In our 2 hour time, we get the entire place, the whole entertainment center or the clubs are empty. And they are empty because people don't have the money to do these things. So things are very, very tough. Let me be honest with you, things are very, very tough. Even with the motorcycle, the very motorcycle that we have for livelihood, it is tough to even raise up to $1,000 a day. That's small thing. Meaning you either you gotta park the motorbike and go stand to the parking lot where the Tesla will put the passenger down, then you will be practically almost a car loader thing. You running behind the car when they put the person down, I get back, can't ride with me. You gotta walk the person for almost 5 minutes for you to because the police dress the motorcyclist all the way down. You gotta practically tow the passenger load on your head just to convince them to ride with you. So things are tough. Tell the main matter West, the police just passed another restriction. All right. Right now, the police deploy everywhere. They say certain places that keke are not supposed to turn around. If the keke are found to those places, they issue them 50 US ticket. There are a lot of them that I spoke with today. Some of them keke are parked, and things are tough. There's a guy who was crying today, Mr. Sheriff. He cried bitterly. I said, big man, he cried. You could hear him. What you want us to do? Things are tough. And then the police is not understanding police because they have a direct mandate from Gregory Coleman to, harass them, intimidate them, and suppress them. But things are tough. Things are very, very tough. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. You said something which is very, very alarming. And I like the analogy that you made. Relative people go to various
Mr.
centers.
In 1 minute, can you send a link to Louis?
Oh, all right. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So as you said, it's like Liberians are people who don't usually hide their wealth. We don't know that. Like other people who will, try to hide what they have. And I'm going to give you an example. Like you said, uh, when Liberians are in good times, they may not be millionaires or billionaires, but once they have something that can sustain they and their family, we are sharing people. We are a kind of people who share. We are not as maybe somebody would say as mean, as other people would take us to be. Even on the day or during the heat days of our civil unrest, I mean, when Liberians were in refugee camp, sometimes those people used to ask whether Liberians are really fighting war or whether they are from war country. Because the thing is, whenever you go to the camp, I mean, on the camp where these people are residing, the camp is lively to the extent that some people will even leave their homes and go on the
Louis
camp.
said you have not received the link.
Oh, okay. I'm about to send the link to him. Okay, so okay, yeah, I just sent it to him. Let me see. Check to. I'm sorry, my people. That's what we do. Sometimes we got to ensure that we do what we got to do. Sometimes it's not easy. When you are presenting at the same time producing and everything, it becomes tough. But we are okay. So, as I was saying, Liberians, even during the heat days of our civil war, when we were in refugee camps, I mean, across Africa, when you enter the refugee camp where Liberians were, you will feel that these people are kind people. These people are sharing, they are caring kind of people. In fact, there are some people who even used to leave their homes. I mean, other nationals, those who were in Ghana, those who were in Nigeria, those who were in Sierra Leone, and etc., Guinea. People will literally, I mean, Guineans will literally leave their homes and go on the refugee camp to stay because the refugee camp was almost like a place of a non-stop joy. Even though people were worried about their family members and etc., but they were always in a good mood to, be very hospitable to people. So the refugee camp was almost like a place where when you want to enjoy, you want to make some money, you want to have fun time, you go on the refugee camp. But like you've just explained, and I'm trying to just put my heads around what you are saying, to see that in Liberia, because the videos are there, that even those who are selling, a lady was saying that, yeah, I'm sorry? No, I don't I don't think so. It's like you are coming in. I don't know, your sound is a bit, it's not, I don't think it's not my microphone. Yeah, it's not a microphone. Anyway, I've just recognized someone here. Jatu, how are you, my love? I want to say my DPS condolences to you and the family. I'm still in shock. I'm still in shock. When you said the old man passed off, I'm still in shock. I can't really grab my head around it. That thing is, but we'll talk. We'll talk. So, but again, I want to say my DPS condolences to you, Jatu, you and the family. My deepest condolences. And we pray that the Almighty God will be able to console you and the family. Yeah. I want to say welcome, my brother Louis. Welcome, sir. How are you?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, and let me say thank you so much for the time and your energy you use every time to come up here to inform our people in and out of Liberia. Let me say that from Liberia, it's good evening to you guys, and It's good to be here. And I say thank you so much for the platform.
Thank you so very kindly. Again, we appreciate your presence always, and it's something that, we really, really say thank you for all that you continue to do. So, as I was saying, Liberians, even during the heat days of our civil war, Liberians will be very, very, I mean, very, very caring, very, very hospitable, sharing with others and trying to, keep hope alive. But to see in this day, age, and time, where the country is not going through any civil unrest and etc., to see Liberians crying from everywhere. When you go in the markets, people are crying. Those who do businesses like maybe these petty trades, they will go and buy a bag of rice, come and sell it by cup and etc. These people are not getting nothing. I was listening to a video today. A lady said somebody was asking her, "How's the business?" The woman said, "My son, I don't just want to sit home. I just got to buy what I got to buy to leave from the house. And the reason why I'm leaving from the house is so that I can get stroke or I can get pressure. Because when I wake up in the morning, seeing all of my kids around that I can't provide for them, that you know what they need, me that know myself. The woman said, me that know myself 4 years ago, when I come in from in the market, I will call my children to even help me to count my money for me in my waist bag. Sometimes I cross back on my, I have the video here. I need to cut it because I try to, how you call, or put it where I want to put it, where I usually put my video, and it's not getting there. So I will try to screen record it, save it, and then cut it. They almost say, I used to go to the market. When I'm coming back, my children will help me to count my money. Me that know myself, to see me going to buy goods that will only sell, and all of the profit, they almost say all of the profit, everything is like the people that we can go to buy the goods from, they calculate the profit that we're supposed to make, they calculate everything and just add it on the goods and just put it right on the prices of those commodities that we buy to come and retail. So when you go to buy it, you come, you are getting absolutely nothing. She said you are getting nothing. It's almost like you are selling for the people. The only thing that will kind in the market, sell and then go back home because you want to sit down home to see your children in tears, to see your family crying, to see, things going around. So you just come in the market to just take your head off what is happening from home so that the pressure of the home can knock you down. This is the situation. And even sad to see. My brother Louis, you share something, and I want us to just talk about it. The government of Liberia, controlled by Joseph Numa Boyka, they were boasting few days ago that they've ordered about 100 plus buses. And because of that, the transportation fares is about to reduce to the extent that we saw people going live and saying, oh yeah, we got buses that are leaving from here and going all the way Bokonjire and going all the way over the ocean and etc. etc. At the end of the day, Louis, the story that we are gathering from Liberia, or we've gathered from Liberia, those buses are no longer like public buses. The fares have quadrupled. It has quadrupled. According to information, about a good portion of these buses, in less than 6 months, they start breaking down. That repair buses not again. They start breaking down already. The buses that the people say that were new buses and all the other things, they start to break down in addition to the increase in transportation fare. When the minister spoke on it, the deputy minister, how you call him, Daniel Sando, he said, but who tells it our free buses we're bringing here? But my brother Louis, let's hear from you on this as it relates to the public buses fares that have increased.
So thank you so much, Prince. The first thing is the bus fare. That fare locals Monrovia on a normal day from Red Light to Johnson Street or Camp Johnson Road or McDonald Street on a normal bus at $50. Normal bus at $50. Government bus at $50. What is different? What's the difference? Normal bus you pay $50. Government bus is $50. So that's not different. People used to leave from Red Light to Lofa County doing jury administration for paying $3,500 on the MTA bus. But this time they paying 4,500 out of 5,000. There's no difference. They even increase the price. They brought in buses. Can you hear me, Prince?
Yeah, we're getting you. Yeah.
Okay. I think the video is sticking. So, and that's the thing. You can't see these buses on the street like before. We posted videos of the buses laying one side in less than 1 month. The bus are carrying students in Bond County, they welcome the president, the bus broke down. Students to push a bus. So you cannot go use the refurbished buses you bring to this country and pretend that it's brand new. Now they said they brought smaller buses. Someone saw the photo of small buses we have not seen on the street yet. We saw a photo of it on a compound, yeah, we know a year, but it's yet to get to the street. People is yet to benefit from it. The issue of transport in our country is on a high increase. You can't get the citizens struggling for transportation. Then the government said they improvise and they do nothing. They do nothing about it. On Sunday, you can see the bus in the street on Sunday. On Sunday, you can't find one of the bus in the street on Sunday. You can't find the street on Sunday. There's no difference. So it's still the same. It's still the same. If you take the motorcycle off the street, that means you be in a position to improvise when it comes to issue of transportation. But the government is not improvising. The government is not improvising. Take to make matter worse. You're telling the citizen, if you cross the road, if you don't use the crosswalk, you will pay $5 US. Where do you expect to get the money from? Where do you expect them to get the money from? Are you getting me, Prince? Am I clear?
Yeah, you are loud and clear. Yeah,
Prince,
you
am I
are.
live?
Yeah, you are
Okay.
loud. Yeah, you are loud.
So tell me, there are a few places on Broad Street you found crosswalk. So that take an example. I came to town to hustle. Also, whole day, the couldn't really have nothing again. I get a $50 in my pocket to get on bus to go back home. They are looking for crosswalk. I work to find crosswalk because if I find the crosswalk to pass, I'll pay $50 US, $5 US. Where will I get $5 for? That is another burden. So people are afraid not to cross road. The Broad Street, they will tell Somalia drive from Vatan going to Freeport, no crosswalk. I challenge anybody from Vatan straight Freeport, there's no crosswalk. And you telling people it's not the crosswalk to part of it. So I always struggle to get transportation. Prince, I pray that one evening I will take my time and go Vata and see and do a live video, see people fighting for bus in the evening. See people fighting for bus in the evening around 6 o'clock in the evening. See people fighting for bus at 6, 7 o'clock. Then you ask yourself the question, where are the buses that the people talk about? Who want to see the buses again? Go on, they broke down. They broke down. To no matter what, they use the buses for the personal stuff. When one minister is on occasion, the minister go for the bus and use it. They use it. What are we heading? So the bus are bringing the parking at the MTA headquarters along the Japan Freeway. Put depend on commercial buses. Since the last 2 weeks or so, they said they brought in the medium buses. So on it. You can see on the street there. It's there to hit the street. So I'm struggling to go home from work, from town. I've been hustling nothing there already. I get my last week in my pocket. I want to get on bus to go home. Then I look for a crosswalk. If I find a crosswalk, I can be walking going. Because if I use a crosswalk if I find a crosswalk, I'll pay $500 US. So someone get $50 in the pocket. So for you walking to go home, they not use the crosswalk. So how many crosswalks do you have in the city? You don't find it on Broad Street. Few are on Broad Street. Only Broad Street. Other street, you can find it there. Like I said, from Fathom, go over the free against here. You also manage nothing there. So if someone come from Douala, for example, for Douala, for example, coming to town, you walk from Douala to come Broad Street when you cross the road. You walk from Douala to come Broad Street. You get $50 in your hand. You want carpet, you want go to town, you want go home. No transportation. The government have failed us in these areas. You can see it. Bring the poor loud, like bring people, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Like I said, we're going to see it. A lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother Louis. Jake, welcome, Jake.
Yes, salute to you and salute to Tia and to the follower. Once again, salute and respect. You have to share this video, as we always say. Sharing is free. The message is getting over there. The debate is on, so please salute. You have to share this video.
Thank you so much, my brother Jake. My brother Jake, we're looking at the first issue in Liberia, generally, the living condition of our people. Our people continue to cry on a daily basis about the increase in the prices of basic commodity, those things that these people said that they were going to ensure that they will solve. In fact, under this government, things have quadrupled. And when you talk, the first thing they will tell you is, but we have to how we're looking like. And these were the people who told us that they've come to rescue, that the previous government were incompetent, they don't know what they were doing, and etc., etc. But now that they are in leadership, things have even tripled the price that it was under the Weah-led government. But they are still blaming President Weah. Fast forward to the issue of transportation. These people boasted and said they now have buses in the city, sophisticated buses with fan all inside, new buses to be able to ease the transportation, burden on our people. Because basically that's what government do, or that's the doing of government, our government does. Whenever things are very high, government step in to ensure that the citizens can be able to afford and they can be able to take the shock. But the buses that these people said they sent for, these new buses, our sources at the transport ministry there is telling us, MTA or whatever they call it, that almost a very good portion of those buses, very good amount of those buses have broken down. They're in a place. The ones that are even on the field, on the streets, that are plowed in the streets, they too have problems. They are telling us that the fares have doubled. The fares, it has doubled. When it came first, the people said they were going to be little or nothing. Our free ride, the people will not pay nothing. But now, the prices of these buses has doubled. That people prefer now using the private buses, what they will be fighting for, than using the government buses. And you can't even see them on the street as it used to be. Let's hear from you, my brother Jake. What is happening? What is going on?
Yeah, once again, salute to the followers. Prince, I think the platform or the followers need to be calling me I'm not a short man of God, but they need to start calling me some prophet there now. Because someone who saw the vision. I can still remember. If you can still remember the plan, I told Liberian people last year, I said by 2026, they were fasting a seatbelt. Like, bro, be tougher, be happening. Because some organs see the writing on the wall. We know these people, they cannot deliver. They came to power through greed and propaganda. Because they couldn't wait another 6 years. That's the only thing that they hijacked the country for the lie. Print hardship. And I always tell Liberians, they must fasten that seatbelt. The burden is upon us that in the Western world. The burden is upon us. We that support family and friends and whosoever back home. The remittance will little bit go up because while the burden will shape on us. And why I told Liberians here, the disrespectful the unity party that gave the people in the Western world, all Donald Trump was sending back, all that kind of in nonsense. We the ancient prince, they like it, they accept it or not, Let it go as a minister, a so-called minister for finance or whosoever in the tourism business. We are the engine of the Liberian economy, those in the West, America, Asia, Europe, all over. We are outside of the country that can send money by remittance through bank transfer, Western Union, RIA, all these scenario. We the engine of the Liberian economy. Anytime they make mistake, that whole economy will crumble to the fullest. To the fullest, that Liberian dollar will be zero, be like paper. And in reality, as any economy, I want to preach. They think not surprising me. I told you, the people just having, you know what the United Party trying to do? They're comparing ourselves with the former government. And the competition is wrong on that side. You think Joria never knew transportation will get problem in the country? Joria brought buses. That's why he allowed this Pempe ride or the Keke ride was all over the country. Let me remind the followers here, they can do any fact check here. The highest motorbike country is not Liberia, it's Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso. Every Pempe ride or Keke ride, everybody rolling in Ouagadougou, the capital. Why the military leader can't stop me from running the capital? And Prince, we have almost 2 million inhabitants right now in Liberia, in Monterrey County, in Monrovia, Monserrado, the whole district, 70 whatsoever. Almost 2 million. And that city was for only 600,000. Because of the Liberian Civil War, everybody came to the city for greener pasture. People left their villages and every city, every town in our country is very empty. Everybody come. You see why Monserrado wish will vote? Why a wish will vote? If you win Monserrado, mean you win the presidency. Why? About 2 million there. 2 million people live in that place. So to ease transportation down, you gotta allow people to go to the various places. But you gotta tell them you condition and help me all these things, and yes. So John knew all these things. What can 45 buses do for almost 1 million plus people? Now everybody having everybody have access to transportation privately. That is things. How about the students? What can 45 buses do? As we hearing the story now, that all data buses that came from India, all data Tata buses, then they just rehabilitate and brought it. These are not news buses. So the hardship in the country is high. Transportation, as our brother TSA, transportation is one of the key for the daily life of the Republic of Liberia or any society in a way, or transportation. You gotta go to where you gotta go do your hustle. You gotta go check on every other thing that you need transportation. As a man really said, I was all obeying Liberia, would have go there. Kids, maybe now a season because a lot of people they can call December, we left the country. So, but in December, that season period, a chaotic in the country. You go to the major spot, they pack. As he said, that whole Ghana Fair Bell. About 4 to 5 people, when people coming from work and start turning around. Transportation, heavy, lot of people in that county. I mean, in that city, Monserrado County, many people. So the transportation is not enough for everybody, and they restricted it. Look at the rules they're putting down. If you must cross, you pay $5. Please, when I tell you the country is broke, the police is broke. The government is broke. That what? Not only not crossing road, they not, I think they not lay another way again to take money from people again beside the cross, beside our road crossing again. They come with another, they come with, I think I forget the story, but come with another story again to farm people. So it had only Liberian people, no job, heavy inflation. Our goods and services in the Republic of Liberia, well, our daily goods and services are skyrocketing the country. You cannot take $50 to the cheapest market, who can call the regular market. The regular market get tangible thing for 3 to 4 days. I bet it can't happen. 4 good, that's 1 week. You cannot take $50 in the market. Heavy inflation. The bread and butter issue they used to talk about. Our government said they will buy a lot of loaf of bread. They cheat the people off. You will buy a lot of bread and butter because he never knew what they call the bread. He can't identify or he cannot explain to the Liberian people what they call the bread and butter issue. The bread and butter issue then are many things. Electricity is part of the bread and butter issue. Electricity there. Electricity has skyrocketed in the country. Rentage. Replace children, girls, especially our beautiful girls then. Because women like privacy. Women boss power, we can 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 guys can come together, they stay in one row, it doesn't matter. But a lot of girls they let our privacy. See how things skyrocketing in the country. The rent that used to be, when they want to do comparison, the rent that used to be $25 on a George Weah time or $20, small room for a lay girl, 18, 19. Now, upon $40 now. You can't hardly see $25 more room. You can't see it so easy. It's not in the city center. No, it's not near the city center, but I don't even talk about it. I talk about outside. Look at Johnson building all now getting expensive. So these are the things I look at. The hardship on the country. Every land law that skyrocket, they will add something to the rent. But the following year, they will call the tender, they add something over it. $40. Decent 1 bedroom with small push whatsoever. You pay $40 now. I'm not even talking about 1 bedroom apartment. That's even an infant now. It's a hard for the people. A hard. Electricity, all transportation. Our daily things that you need, the flour, the bag of rice, the cold bed. I can remember vividly. Cold bed on a George used to be $700, $750. Now people say $900. If you want to believe me, we can do. Tia can do our own survey. Our own survey. We're not following no media. We're not following spoon. They will say the bias. No. One survey. Choco can even do that survey. Tia can do that survey to ask people. People didn't know time on just asking people. We be recalling him secretly. The camera set far. We call him secretly. I'm not saying that people will see the camera. You go to the marketers, they ask for the day-to-day activity, the daily thing, the goods and services. Everything skyrocketed.
But you don't even have the camera. You have the people when they talk to you. Then you have the camera. You go to these people. Last week I said to I said, we get these small resources, so we go out to the people. You talk to them, when they talk to you.
You know what I say? If you don't have so now if you not have the camera, people will say so they see the camera they like to talk. But when you know something that they call behind the scene, like you having conversation, but people recording your conversation. Like you will hear the more damaging things because when camera come, people can see what they want to say. But when hearing camera in the picture, like you having conversation with somebody, they don't know you recording them. They will spread the beans out. That's what I'm saying. Because they even you can do it to Monrovia and other countries, Grand Paso and other places. You will see damaging report, Prince. The country is hard under their administration. Prince, this is not a rocket science. It's not a rocket science. We see it. We see it. We are not delivering the country, man.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. You know, when you sit and look at what is happening in Monrovia, what Gregory Coleman is doing, then you know that these people are out of touch. They don't know what they are doing.
They don't have money.
Look at our highways. These people are telling us that are going to start fanning people for walking, just somebody will say whether jaywalking or whatever walking, they will start to fan people. But let's ask the question, where do we have bulk of the accident? Is it on Broad Street? Is it on Center Street? Is it in Central Monrovia? Bulk of the accidents are on the highway. Believe it or not, bulk of the
Yeah, we get the
accidents.
highest accident
Now,
in one of the West African region. Yes.
why do we have accident on the highway in its very, very high number as compared to maybe Morovia or just the city center? It's because those highways don't even have signs. You don't even know the speed mileage. That's the first thing. You don't even know. There are no signs on those highways. You don't even look. The place is so terrible and so dangerous to the extent that you ask yourself, what is happening? I think what the police should be doing right now is to be helping our people, especially on the highway. There are vehicles that are not even roadworthy that you will see
Yes.
plowing on the highway. Some of them, when they pass by you, the smoke alone, you will ask, but when are they burning farm in that car? Some of the vehicle, the way they will load the vehicle, the way the vehicle will be loaded. Look, it is my first time seeing people loading taxi. I mean taxi, this Toyota Corolla. They will load the Toyota Corolla as if it is a pickup.
Yes.
They will put the load over. Sometimes when you the only thing that you will see coming is the load, and you will not even see the taxi coming.
Yeah. Yes.
That's how people are living.
That is
On
fact.
the highway. I'm talking about let's leave Moreover small. I'm talking about on the highway. Sometimes on the highway, these cars that are there, they are of no brake. They don't even have brakes. Brakes they don't have. They don't even have brakes on the highway. We thought that the highway patrol was going to be a source of blessing for our people to be able to ensure that the regulations are enforced so that at the end of the day, those who are using these highways can be safe in those vehicles. But those highway patrols, my brother, they can be happy to go on it because when they go on it, they are chopping for them.
Yeah.
The police, they are now using the highway patrol to extort from drivers, to steal from drivers, to take money from drivers. That's why you see everybody want to go on a highway patrol. I'm having a friend of mine who, the good thing about it, he's almost like a pastor. He said, Prince, the first 2 times I went on a highway patrol, I could not be there because I know if I was going to be there, these guys were going to harm me. My own men are going to harm me. Because the thing I saw happening on the highway, my brother, he said, do you know that the highway patrol, they make report to these commanders? If your commander, for example, sent you there, for example, if Louis is my commander and sent me on the highway patrol, one car I got to make report to him. So the guy said, all of those that are on the highway patrol, they're there because at the end of the day, they got to make some kind of salute report to either the person who sent them there or to the nearest zone, etc., etc. The man said the entire highway patrol. Look, this is somebody who is a police officer. He has been a police officer for the past 28 years in Liberia. 28 years. Has been a police officer. So there's not just somebody I'm talking about, just yesterday came to the police force. No. They were the first police. I mean, the very first police that were trained by the United Nations mission in Liberia. And the good thing about it, this guy is like a pastor. He's a pastor. In other setting, we say he's a pastor. The guy said, Prince, I went there the first, second, and third time. What I saw is complete. The man said, I saw corruption in a broad daylight to the level that I have never seen it before in my police career in this country. The man said, I've never seen it before. The guys will literally stop the car. And sometimes you see this car on the highway, you will know that the other car are not even supposed to be here. Some of these cars, they don't even have correct brake. Some of them don't even have license plates. Some of them, they will load the car to the extent that there will be no space. It is only for the driver and the few passengers who will be sitting down over each other. And when you, the police officer, try to intervene and say, no, this is not supposed to be, your own friends who are with you on duty, you tell them, man, I can't do it here. I think we can do it here. Let me just get a small thing in Mexico. There are no even road signs when you go on these highways where you see curves. You can highly know that there are curves on the road. I remember I went to Liberia
I told the guy, I said, my man, I will drive the car. Man, I said, me, I will drive. I used to drive before going. So that one is no problem. I know the rule. You can't put my life, you can't, even though he was a friend of mine, we're using the car. That was the reason why. It was not a passenger car. It was just, a friend of mine who was, helping me, and we're moving here, there, But the roads are bad. I mean, the curve, here, especially those of us who drive, distances and understand the road, maybe for some reason here, where you see the different signs. My brother, you go to Liberia, if you are not careful, you will jump in somebody's road. You are jumping.
It's true.
In fact, if you are not even brave, you are not even able to drive in Liberia. You can't drive. Because the thing is, the road is so congested. There are no respect for the rules, and these police are there. Once they come in front of you, you get in, someone gonna lay $50, you go. You go. So the place they should be focusing, they are not focusing on it. The things that they should be putting in order, they are not putting it in order. But they standing and say somebody cross the road and we make sure the person will pay $50, the other one will pay $50. This is how you know that the government is
And
useless.
one
And
minute,
has
I'm
lost its
cutting
mind.
you off because we change topic. Let me just break the
Definitely.
statistic down for these people, the followers. Let me tell the followers here, they can fact check anything. And why I say, yeah, we don't put propaganda. In a corner of the country, the whole Republic of Liberia, 35 to 40 people, 40,000. That's it, 40 people, 40,000 people die to car accident every year, every corner of that country. That is fast. Go to United Nations, go to anywhere, go fact check it. I said 35. When I saw that statistic, I baffled. 30 to 40,000 people die to car accident every corner of that country every year. In 10 years, there will be more than the civil war. The accident is one of the deadly killing machines in our country that the whole government, past and present, don't ever talk about. The reality since early Johnson's early time. A mind-blowing, that reality. If they won't be in denial, let it be in denial. That the real statistic. That statistic was not done by me. That statistic was done by international people. I was on that particular ground. Every corner of that country, 30 to 40,000 people died to car accident. And I'm talking about the women that can go give birth to their children, 700 will die every year. I'm not talking about the blind, the people that get poor eyesight. That one about the number is scary. Imagine 30 to 40,000 a year. I was saying about 250,000 people, almost 300,000, according to statistic during the Saber Classic. Imagine 30,000 people died. It's a serious national issue. That's when they be like people talking. So now they be messing everything. Or they talking about drugs. You choose to take drugs. That way it's on you. We're talking about the things that can happen. You can avoid accident. In the Western world here, the people put things in order to avoid high-speed accidents, all these things. People drunk driving in the country. I one of the bad things in the country. People drunk driving, keke rider, a pimping rider, whatsoever you can see. The other day on the weekend, they drunk drive. It's very scary. It's very and the reality. Our population is going by slowly.
Thank you
Slowly. So
so
you
much,
can
my
go
brother.
ahead. I don't want to put the numbers
Thank you so much.
there.
I want us to look at this next issue. We woke up to another news under Joseph Numa Boyka government. Things are getting scary in Liberia. Very, very scary. We woke up to a news of quote unquote some Fulanis telling us that they are forming the National Fula Security of Liberia. We saw the pictures of these people standing, whatever, taking instruction. They were, on muster. I want to start with my brother Louis. My brother Louis, what is happening? With Fula people saying that they come and form their own National Fula Security Council or Fula Security Militant or whatever in Liberia. What is the sign that this is giving us? Are they afraid? Are they being haunted? What is going on? Is it a breakdown in our security system that there are other people now who will start forming a security forces to protect their lives, to protect their properties and others? Let's hear from you, my brother.
So, per the information we are gathering, from the Fula community. Those guys being existing, but they're not being well known. They are being used most often in the issue of Ramadan and being assigned to different mosques to protect their mosques during Ramadan. Even if that is truth, you got to protect your mosques. Where the role of the Lebanon National Police. The role of the Lebanon National Police is to protect life and property. So if the Lebanon National Police cannot protect the different mosques during Ramadan, then what are they wearing uniform for? Because the purpose of the police is to protect life and property. But if the police cannot protect their own citizens, and the citizens are protecting themselves, where are we heading as a country? The first priority of a government is to protect the citizens. That's why you are government. So the government formed the police, who is charged with the sole responsibility to protect life and property, to protect the life of the citizen, and to protect the property of the citizen. That's the first priority of the government. But if the government cannot protect the citizen and the citizen begin to protect themselves, that a specific group of people will find an unsecurity group to protect them, then it's alarming. The Minister of Justice said they are not aware of the people. Fine, it's up to them. Because by law, if any security group or private security institution, before you start to operate in this country as a private security institution, you must seek a permit. You must get a permit from the Ministry of Justice. The Ministry of Justice should permit you. The Ministry of Justice should permit you. In the absence of the Ministry of Justice without that permit, you cannot run a private security institution in the country. Now, if the citizen is protecting themselves, that means we don't get government. If the citizens are protecting themselves, that means we get government. Just we get government, if the citizens are protecting themselves, we get government. There's no government. There's no government. The citizens are protecting themselves, no government. So trust me, the entire idea of having a specific group of ethnic group of people provide security for themselves during a specific period of time is wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. But we're waiting. We're not having an official statement yet from the government. The government is here to come up with an official statement to that. What they are doing the course of the week, they can speak to that issue on the fuller security stuff.
I saw a
But trust me,
communication from the
Prince,
Ministry of Justice. I saw a communication from the Ministry of Justice, on this particular issue, asking for the immediate disbandment or whatever, of that particular group that was set up. I saw a release here from the Ministry of Justice. I don't know, but I saw it.
okay. So if the media is saying that means they are saying they're not aware. I said they say they are aware of it. They are not aware. So if the citizen herself not going to speak out, that means it's become the tension for the citizens. It's become the tension for us. Who posting on our social media platform asking the government how this happened.
Sure. Oh,
They will come out and say they don't know of it. They want to cut it off, but it's wrong. It's totally wrong. Very wrong for that matter. It's wrong. But But how be it? There's a couldn't find ourselves in. There's nothing we can do. They won't find ourselves of people. Secret battle. Secret matter. Secret matter. Trust me, and the matter was. Me said the Prince. To be matter was. It was interesting to know that AEC has started visiting people homes at night on issue of power theft. With the issue of criminal rate in the country, people are complaining that the country is no longer safe. Because AEC and people are men. Today I was informed that they came to the community in Mama Point, a person resident in the book started shouting, row, 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 row. Because if you come to my house in the night, say, come and do check on power theft, I'll call you row. But I'm not going to use that means. So the issue of security in this country is not safe. Mind you, the people are right. At night, we don't have security in this country in the night. Police were in the day in Liberia. Police were in the day. In the day, get for one police on the street. And now you get for a single police officer on the street. Everybody for themselves, go for all. So if you can provide with security, you're on your own. Right now, I speak to you at Mama Point. And I'm who? I'm speaking for Mama Point. So from here, I need to go to my place. So security is late. They go to security. So the people said they use to protect the mosques at night. That one they found out the stuff to protect the mosques during Ramadan. Completely happen during Ramadan. People go to the mosque, they post papers, join the people take their phones. So in the net, they are found security. Because you can't find one policeman in the net as security. If you even go to the depot in the net, they'll tell you, say, you don't get a car, they get motorbike to go anywhere. So you get a complete year provide transportation. You don't charter motorbike or charter keke. If I don't tell you, we don't get manpower. Like how? Why say they may go? I can't come to the police station. The police tell me they didn't get manpower to go arrest. They didn't get manpower. You're away there the next day. You said that couldn't find out, me. So that's it. We hope to see what's happening after the Ramadan.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much, Louis. My brother Jake, let's hear from you on this particular issue.
You know, when the news to the Liberians to the followers, we are Liberians. When the news broke on the internet or the newspaper, whatsoever, it baffled me up there. I wanted to join the gun. I wanted to join the gun to proceed quick. But if you look at it, a little bit scary here, a little bit scary. They've been having Lalo Ramadan in the country. If they want during a Ramadan period, the Fulani clergy or whatsoever, where the police directly say, listen, people don't rob when we pray in it or rob also we want security. The police RG will provide security during the Ramadan period. But they're forming themselves now, they say they are a group to protect the Fulani community. Let me say to the followers here, because they quit to forget, please. Let me say to the followers, me, I don't go, I don't shoot my shot. I don't care. My country belongs to me. I'm a Liberian. I always go there. I don't care where they feed. Because a lot of Liberians are coward and say until people take, the country will be overrun in any minute. Let me tell you, like it or not, Fulanis they are not Liberians. They are the hard question Liberian. They are big corner in the country. They don't like to talk reality. Oh, our great leaders, they don't talk reality. They only bash one another. They don't only. I finished studying the Liberian community. The whole Republic of Liberia, they only crush their own. They get people. They can infiltrate the country. They get them pedal on the back. They are infiltrate. The country have been infiltrated a long time. I will go there. I rough fellow, I don't care. I will rough fellow. I will go there. You don't do these things in other country. I will give you some scenario. The Fulani community. You remember the allegation concerning the police officer and the Fulani with the hijab. They dragged that thing. They protested in the country. If you look at the real video in that thing, people therefore you would nobody know what already happened. If you look at that video, the protesters in that country, they subdued the police RG and the government, they apologized. While citizens, Liberians, they don't crack down on them. For no reason, they would take guns, they would take arms, they would take anything to intimidate them. I will give you an example. You see the community. I will go there, Prince, in Guinea. You know what Doumbouya then came to power? I will say, hey, they had a Fulani opposition during fast year, during country time, the old men. So they were in all kind of that the fact as any Guinean, real Guinean, they were troubling the country government at that time. They had militias in Guinea at that time. The Papa went, he sent for his general. He sent for Doumbouya. Doumbouya was in Europe. Oh, he was in the French military. You can call it gendarme whatsoever. In the French military, the French army. He was ruthless. The Papa said, "Calm down. Can't quiet down protest in this country. I trust you. You're my son. We're from the same ethnic group. Can't quiet down protest. The people doing all kind of things for power here. They want to take over this country." I had Doumbouya king. When Doumbouya, he go to video, Liberians go to video, go to Guinea riot before Doumbouya took power. He quieted down all the protests in the country. Then after that, the Papa rewarded in and had to play that fake coup in Guinea, and today Doumbouya became head of state, and now he contested, became the president. Let me tell you something. I will be only here to Liberian people. Our economy is slipping away from us. Seriously. Those that control the Liberian economy, not Liberians. That the facts. I'm talking about the monetary system, the rate changing, or the numbers. So we're not in control. We're not in control of nothing. If you look at our daily food, our daily food, praise, our daily food, what we love, the rest, what we can kill President for that we love, and who the greatest people that import that food? Who the greatest people that import that food? Non-Liberians. Government in power, nobody will subsidize people to bring in that food. So they have, if they want to hijack that country, they want to do it for that stable food alone. Alone, if the government not having security, what they need? Meet your international partner. Meet your international partner. So points are trying to tell me, so the United Party don't have security, they want United Nations to come on the ground. During George Weah tenure, all the United Nations left that country. How George Weah managed security? There was a same United Party. Let me remind followers, they were crying that George Weah was treating missionary. You remember in Grand Jide? You can remember they went with that ugly story, they lied to the Liberian people that George Weah treating missionary in that place for the election, whatsoever, in case when they go low, there was a lie. It was a lie. Now, under the United Party watch, we have chairman on security in the Senate and the representative. Why they're not talking about these things here? Who the chairman on our security in the Republic of Liberia, Prince or Tier? Who the chairman on security in the House? How can a government be sitting? Then they funding, another group funding that said to say they're protecting our mosques and whatsoever. It's not about mosques, Prince. We're not stupid yet. It's not about mosques. Then why the Mandingo saying they cannot fund or the Mandingo missing everything to protect the mosques? You think the Fula can pray about the Mandingo? No. The Mandingo don't pray more than the Fula. The Mandingo that pray more than the Fula. The Mandingo that part of Liberia, Fulani not part of Liberia. You not get it clear here, Liberia. You must never be cowards and be shouting away with these things here. And tell them what Liberians people. What the Dallas did on the air today. What the speak on the air today. What the typical Liberians, they can call things out, how they see it. How the country nearly slipping on in that way, that country almost slipping up. Chancellor got to guard that country. Before how that country today, you don't know nation whatsoever king. We see not path now. How can when the president in control and the funny what is they seeing that we not know about? They won't form a group to protect our mosque. Mosques they existed long time before even someone was born, before some imam was born. Nobody harassed the mosque. In our things then there. Even when we were fighting the Liberian Civil War, we had Alaji GB Kroma doing things. Nobody disturbed the mosque at that time. Nobody disturbed that mosque at that time. Fulani is not Liberians. You must get it clear here that the reality, they are refuge, they're seeking refuge in the country. That the Guineans, the Guinean Mandingo, they are citizens of the country. We know that one. But the Fulani don't have that right. Guinea don't having the right to people fighting for holiday. We can give them holiday. Then we'll get a Malaysia group. What you're talking about? The government are in control or what? What the police are Guinea? What do they think what country to be? They are bad for me. The same group. Where are they stop that Ghana? What the Jeremiah Piane today? Because they sitting in government, they cannot talk now. What the Samuel Johnson here today? They cannot say, oh no, they did not happy on the unit, or not happy on the George, we're not happy on the Unity Party. They accuse George Weah, lie on the president that he's forming my nation, my group in Grand Judah County. But right in our nose, they popping up. Where there is smoke, there is fire. Let me tell you now, we got to flare this thing here up and down. If any group form, the Liberians need to rise up against it. Liberians need to rise up against it. That country that Liberia, you're going Guinea. For example, you say you form a crime group or you form a certain Liberian group in Guinea because people Liberian in Guinea, they reside in Guinea. Can they form a group in Guinea to protect the church? Dumouya will crack down on them. You cannot do that in Cote d'Ivoire. You cannot do that in any French country. Even in the Western Warrior, you will form a group of what? You will say, okay, we'll form a Liberian group to protect our autonomy. Then you'll be training people with all security lessons. Like what Tia said. Before you form a group, you got to get security. Even you have your the former judge enforcer officer, Ibrahim Kroma had a security team. Yeah, A.B. Kroma, but he had lessons. He had lessons. I have security friend. How you form a security group? Then the government issue you lesson. You're not to protect. You're not to protect mosques. Nobody disturbing the mosques in our country. Nobody have ventured to disturb mosques. It's not Liberian people thing. It's a freedom of worship, freedom of relation. So they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Thank you. I want to start.
They spray print. They're going to be naive. Maybe the Unity Party spraying wings now to prepare themselves for 2029. They're going to be naive. It could be that version. It's a tactics. They can say we're getting lesson for this group. Then in 2029, they're ready to be in action. They're starting planning. For me, they start planning all kind of things and shady things now. But who would decide the most in the country? Ramadan come one time a year. Only 1 month, the government able to protect them. The government levels can send people to the mosque to protect the mosque, send security to protect the mosque. Nobody would think, even disturb people doing Ramadan. Like bring all way one and down together with Ramadan, with the period of fasting. After that, for everybody come together to eat, they drink, whatsoever, they do it together. So no, that lie, Prince. Where there's smoke, there's a fire. Something going on. We don't know.
I agree with you. Thank you so much, my brother. There are some things I'm going to be saying, and I want Liberians to take their time to reason between this. I'm going to take my own time to say these things. Before or during the election in Lofa County, we saw a group of guys who put themselves together and said they were militant to protect Joseph Numa Boyka or to protect the Unity Party vote or whatever.
Yes.
In Lofa,
Mm-hmm.
it was these guys that unalive Tamba Momon, if y'all can remember.
Yes.
The day Tamba Momon was unalive, that same day, we were in Lofa. It was a guy who came to us that night and said, "My man, I'll move from here." We went to Lofa, we passed through Bapolo. The guy said, "My man, I'll move from here. It will be hard tomorrow." It was that evening that we left. We passed through Bapolu. We came, how you call, bombing. From there, we came back to Monrovia. That night, we left. So y'all can remember that particular defense force. I get the video here. That was formed in Lofa. They were having red stuff and said they were militant to protect, how you call, their people. According to them, say their people,
Yeah,
they were
Nimani was
fighting
there. Nimani was
in
part
Lofa.
of there. Nimani.
Thank you. Francis Sakila Nyimale was a member. He was the one who
Yeah.
encouraged those people to form that particular group in Lofa. At the end of the day, these people committed that atrocity by killing or unaliving Tamba Momo. What came from of it? What came from out of it? At the end of the day, those who were victimized of the situation, they say, "Oh, the family sit down, they talk to the family, we talk about what thing." To the extent that the current city mayor, I think the current city mayor of how you call
14 up. They
Lofa,
wanted to even kill. They wanted to even kill the Tomafala today. They seen Tomafala. They Tomafala today. What betrayed CDC? The target was to kill him.
the city mayor, I think the city mayor also of Lofa was part of that group. That he was even, the people even took his complaint to the Senate that he should not be confirmed because of his lineage with that particular group. But at the end of the day, nothing came of it. He said, "Oh, the man did nothing." And I think they were let free. They let them go. Y'all remember Joseph Numa Boyka passed the executive order, I think 144, giving people the right to take arms and protect themselves. Y'all can remember that?
Yeah, people
Like my
bet.
brother said, the Rising Sun TV, that the government is not in control, the government is reckless. You know, the Fula people has been, whether people like it or not, but the Fula people has been one of the most, somebody would say, peaceful people in Liberia. They've not been part of
Yeah,
these
quiet.
noise
Yeah, but the
around,
fact. Yeah.
quiet. No, they've not. They've not. They have been very quiet. The Fula man do his business and he move on. Why it is true that there are certain things that they are very straight on as it relates to, their communion. It's just communion with themselves. They don't really, interact with other people that way. Even to the extent that sometimes even the mosques where they pray, sometimes they create their own mosques. They get their own area. I mean, they are conservative kind of people. They are very calm, very collective, and etc. kind of people. That's who they are. But let me ask this question. If the Fula man will start to see that he forming his own protection force, what will the Madingo man also say? What will the VAR men also say? Because when you go to our area there, that Western Bloc, we are in this, how you call, majority of our people, a very good percentage of our people are Muslims. What would they say? So is it that everybody now should start making their defense force? But this is what happens when the government is not in control. People feel that they are not protected. People feel that they must be able to protect themselves. And that is what is happening. Now, when we tell you all that the armed robbery in Liberia is becoming very high, some of you say we're lying. But these are all indications. For the Fula people to come out and say they're forming that thing, it means that they have seen either their businesses have been targeted or they have been targeted. And nothing the government is doing. I'm just trying to be fair here. Probably they are saying that, look, our businesses have been targeted. We as
Yeah, I
people,
get where you're coming from. I get
and
where
the
you're coming
government is
from.
doing absolutely nothing. So therefore, let us put ourselves together to see how best we can protect ourselves. That is one instant. Another instant could be fellow Liberian. Look, Joseph Numa Boyka want to cause chaos in that country so that at the end of the day, when the chaos erupts,
The
You will
United Nations
disrupt
come.
election, and other people will come in, and maybe by some kind of means, the Unity Party will still continue. Are the
Yeah.
nonsense just like Human Boyka on? These people, look, all these things are collected. Look, it is plain. Now, plain
Yeah.
thing these people on.
Mhm.
All of these things are not happening by mistake. No,
They
they're not
own
happening by mistake.
everything to retain power.
Everything is plain. These people bring in this thing to test the people resolve, to test the Liberian ability to either resist these things or to just leave it open as it is. Joseph Numa Bueka is aware of what is going on. That thing you see people standing, they say Fulani defend food, this, that, and other thing. Don't blame the Fula people. No, it's not Fula people. Joseph Numa Bueka is aware. These people that are around Bueka, they are aware. They are doing things to stabilize that country. That what they are doing. So that at the
So,
end of the
Prince,
day, there can
Prince,
be
me ask
peace
you the hard
there.
question. So, Prince, me ask you the hard question. If the old man are in control, he cannot relinquish power next year to Jeremiah Kun. So they want black Jeremiah Kun in case they play all these things to say they won't have the CDC. So then they will form an interim government. And how they want to do? They say the country not stable. The United Nations will come, the international parliament come in here to form an interim government. And why they want to do that? How about Jeremiah Kun? What's a vice president? Because in a society, when the president cannot make it, he relinquish power. He relinquish power to the vice president. So
Joseph
what?
Numa
The
Bueka.
hard question I ask you. So they want to read. Okay, if you're not in control, why you can relinquish power to Jeremiah Kun?
So Joseph Numa Bueka is a very wicked man that believe that whatever is his should be his, whatever that he has should be for him, and he should die with it. He should share with nobody. Who can point to Joseph Numa Bueka and say, because of this
Wow.
man, I am who I am today? Who do you know of? What kind of permanent Liberian can say that Joseph Numa Bueka bring me at this level? Or because of Joseph Numa Bueka, I am here today? That's who Joseph Numa Bueka is. He does not give opportunity to others. It is for him. It is with him. And he believed that he shouldn't share. So all of these things that are going on, look, Joseph, look, you just follow the trades. This man say people can buy a gun and start to protect themselves. If the president can tell you, say, buy a gun and start to protect yourself, you forming a defense force or a volunteer force, that bad thing. No. You come now, that bad thing. If the president can tell you, say, look, I'm not able to protect you, go and go buy your gun and make sure that you're going with you and register your gun. You know what it means? Especially in your country like Liberia, where we don't even have a system where people don't even know your house address. We even get no correct house address. Addressing system is
Mm-hmm.
not even there. That when you directing somebody your house, you tell them to go behind the other house and ask for the other woman here, ask for that tree,
But
that
Prince,
plant.
I think he's made that statement out of fear. But because nobody, legislature won't sign it, nobody will come. I think that statement is dead on arrival.
My brother,
There for
that statement
me. He
is not
just said it
dead.
when he first came to power.
That statement, in my view, that statement is not dead upon arrival. Joseph Numa Bueka is trying the Liberian people. Joseph Numa Bueka is trying to see how would the Liberian people react to these things. It's a plan. These guys are planning these things. I want to use this time to say happy birthday to my own sister. Happy belated birthday to you, Josephine Stewart. You celebrated your birthday, I think, sometime yesterday. Happy birthday to you. We wish you well, and we wish you all of the best. So it is not something that these people are doing that they are not aware of it. They are aware of everything that is happening, but they are trying to test the system. They are trying to see how the system or how the Liberian people will be able to respond to these things. Fula people, who get time for Fula people in our country? When I mean who get time, I mean they are very peaceful. They are not people who cause problem. Fula man will be in your community for 100 years. You will never hear him making noise. Nobody get time for them. Nobody. Nobody get time for no Fula man. They will not put their hand in, their noise causing blah blah blah. Even though they get their own, lean back behavior, it's among themselves. But they are not people that people look at or people want to harm. They've not harmed anybody. They do their business and that is it. Look, there is a big hands behind these things. There are big hands behind these things that we're looking at. There are big hands. These people are trying to destabilize that country comes 2029. And we are observing them. We are watching them. We are looking at them. Why these few times? When these people imagine police and other people went to the mosques in red light. Look at how they treated those imams.
You can remember how they treated those imams. They beat on them. They dragged them.
Yes.
They went to the
Mm-hmm.
mosques. They destroy things in our place. You hear these people talking about, let's form a
Yeah.
particular defense force to protect our mosques. They didn't say it.
Maybe. Yeah,
You didn't hear it.
maybe. Maybe you got it, but you spat on it. You spat on it.
You did not
Maybe.
hear it. But why is it this time that Fulani people will come up? People who have been very peaceful, have been very quiet. Nobody after them, as far as we're concerned. So this is to tell you, and I will end with this before we go to our brother Louis. This is to tell you that the government is failing the people when it comes to the issue of the protection and the rights of the citizens. That the government is failing to protect her people. Because when you see people coming together like this in this open form, faction, and manner, the country is unsafe. The country is not in a good hands. You have gangster leading the country. That's what happened. To the extent that the Ministry of Justice is coming out to say, it must be disbanded, and we are not associated with it, blah blah blah, and all these other things. Look, these are all tactics. And if people think Boyka is sleeping, he don't know what he's doing, rethink. Boyka is somebody who he believes that once he is there, anything that is there, it must be for him at that time. When he is leaving, he must destroy it. Boyka is a destroyer and not a builder. He doesn't live for others. He's not somebody who leaves a legacy that others will benefit from. He believes that when he's not there, nobody else should benefit. But if Joseph Numa Boyka thinks he's doing these things to cause chaos in our nation, I think he's thinking on the wrong way of his brain, because it will not work. Liberians, we will protect our peace. We'll protect our democracy. Imagine in less than 4 years, people now start coming together to form a defense force. Is it not scary? One of the most peaceful people in that country, the most quiet people in that country, you can never even hear their voice in anything. If they start to feel threatened and say, let's form our own force, then you must know that things are not happening the right way. My brother Louis. Hello, Louis, are you there?
I think he off.
Yeah, I think he's frozen.
Yeah, he off. Maybe he will come back on. Then we can go to the next topic quick.
Yeah, so you just start from your end because you outlined some issues. So just start from your end.
Yeah, for me, the chairman of the Unity Party, and what position you get now, say Reverend Luther Tappe, he say he condemning what happened concerning Prophet Key insult to the country. So you know, for me, it's laughable that the chairman of the Unity Party, you see, these guys are hypocrite. I want to say CDC, those that support the president, and CDC, they shouldn't take part in this whole drama that going on concerning Prophet Key. They shouldn't buy Prophet Key's story, no matter what. And they see man insulted the leader, insulted the president, the presidency. He urinated on the presidency for many, many years, lying in the corridor. So I see them, all of them one and done. All of them within the Unity Party, they one and done with Prophet Key. They wanting their own man. So it's laughable for me because 5 to 6 good years, you have supported this man because he was insulting insulting George Weah in the presidency, or those are affiliated with the CDC government, government. Went on women and other things then. So when they coming on now, going on national radio to condemn all these things, why you never condemning do no time? Because of the George Weah? Yeke Koruba was all in your corridor. You're one and done. You're saying sorry gate in District 10 to vote for Yeke Koruba. Your bosses people in to vote for Yeke Koruba. 6 good years insulted all of you in the corridor of the country. Dara said on them. Make all kind of statement that would drag co-starting said it would drag the president. Dara Johnson said, they will not know where rat coming from, where gunsman would come from. for 5 to 6 good years. They destroyed, they denigrated the presidency to the fullest, down to the president. Joseph Boakai on podium, Prophet Kide insulting. Joseph Boakai then watch a show. Yakene will come on the podium. I can still remember vividly. The Alexander Benedict coming, all of them will be sitting on the podium when they were together. Yeke will lynch on the CDC government, will insult, man called, they applauding. They applauding. The devil, they say the devil wanting them now. And they come in talking about morality. What's you talk topic? Shame on your church. Shame on the follower in our church said. But some country, that church will be very empty. But some country, because like a godable society, people can cajole them. He's not a reverend. He's not a reverend portray themselves. He's a money grabber. He don't have integrity. You don't have respect. How can you be a godly man because of power? They go, oh, please, I told you, the guys were junior just because of power. They cannot change Liberia. OA Liberia. Since 1847, can you change it overnight? In the retreat, the Liberian people bought out retreats. The great Ellen Johnson said he came as an economic guru. Howard University, she sat at the seat of this. She sat down after the presidency, the vision lost. Howard University, West down in one with Barack Obama Day. In the Oval Office, whatsoever you will see, what happened? She never saw the vision. You can name a project on 5 fingers. The sea woman paraded, the Iron Lady paraded that country. They must destroy the executive mansion. They the cause of that Liberian Civil War. Today, the phone they said they lie in the corridor of Washington, D.C., protest upon protest, child can get it up. He issued a protest in America. I can still remember vividly in Atlanta, Georgia. All of them protest, the king, the cajole. They helped to free from American prison. The king, they waged that war because we were in power. Another elected man was in power. They couldn't stand it. Then in this modern era, we saw it when social media came on the flip. You saw Georgia came from the native background. They bamboozle all that way. The so-called elites, the form that said now, they all in the corridor of Washington, D.C., Europe, all over. Planning sanction, blackmailing the government at that time for him to not develop. Then, God forbid, the COVID king, they thought COVID could erase it. COVID could tear the president down. He never tear him down because he came from a soccer background where you can criticize. They will stay flat today. He fingerprint all over the country. They cannot even match it now. Now, while he went in our church and told them, he said, listen to me, the big mouth you're getting, just know these so-called elites. He used to pay some of their school fee. They used to beg him. When he come in, they used to beg him. Help them with all the lot of things. When he took the mantle authority, the most loved man became the most hated man in the Republic of Liberia. To tell you the society is gullible. Because the man assumed the presidency and the so-called elite day, they cherish them. Where are they today? Now, why you saw his Bama family and then they cry on podium. Feel people in that.
Okay, I don't know what is going
We're
on.
a vassal to Ellen Johnson selling even security. Harry Green down the beach, messing people on that watch. He said anything? He said they were eyeing the presidency, but God knew different step for them because they were not the people, they were not the real people of that cause. So the sideline, then now they whining and dining. He went on Alaji GV Kroman Sunday, and he won't come talk about George Weah. Talk about the make house in the country. One of your government while the capital building got destroyed. They desecrated that capital building that never happened. What the framework is constitute that thing, the constitution, they got destroyed, the 5 branch of government. They said none of them made statement. These guys are old school people, they're not relevant in the Republic of Liberia. The Liberian people need to wake up. And the guys they used to see us. They say native people, children there. This kind of guy, one more family in the university because like Delta University don't get no computers. See, they happy this kind of guys there. Muya. They lie in the corridor. Why are they today? They leave no legacy. They never build nothing. George Weah came and silenced everybody, swallowed all of them. And the hatred in Bella in them today, they will die without hatred. And what today they made a multi-millionaire, more millionaire than before. You can never match him. The only thing they wish, I'm sure wish one they would dream of. They play the men of go one and down, but H. Bomber family, they cannot step there. They only in the corridor of Monrovia, what they know. They fly plane, they go to America, they come back. What they are travel. They may have one all over the country, all over the world, met great leaders. And instead meeting great leaders, sitting over often. Sitting there, he get more to go to again. They can't stay in. They so-called healing. That they can't stay in. They not dream every day. They wake up and they born in. They don't wake up on.
You know,
the man
before
broke the
you
greatest
go ahead, I want to say something here, my brother Jake, while you go ahead. You remember there was this particular great player that used to be admired by so many around the world. And after he and President Weah, at the time, you know, football legend Weah met, that particular incident led him to resign. You remember that player?
Yeah.
You said that here once. People like H. Boema family who use the platform and say, I resign. These people ain't resign from politics. They are ashamed.
Yes.
They are ashamed because they never expected in their mind that a man like George Weah, who they condemned, and they said this boy was a riff raffer, where he come from, West Point, and all the other things, for him to come and set the kind of legacy that he have set, that they who said they are political guru and etc., could not even match 0.001% of what he did. You listen to H. Boema family say, for us, we have resigned from politics. When he resigned from politics, what time?
He resigned. He taking Brian envelope.
They are ashamed.
He taking Brian envelope on the Unity Party.
The man who they expected were going to just be sitting down and be a footballer passing around and do nothing. This man came and proved them wrong. The things that they could not do when they had $60 billion, $60 billion from international money. The things that they could not do with President Weah came. He never got no 60 billion for anybody, but look at what he was able to do. Look at what he was able to do. So these people are ashamed. When you hear a man like this, I resign from politics. No, you not resign, papi. You resign. That shame get you so. You are ashamed. Because the man that you people criticize, the man that you people condemn, the man that you people say will amount to nothing, he came and he was able to set a legacy for which today is giving you a hard time, for which today is giving Joseph Numa Boyka a hard time. In 2 years, President Weah developmental mantra, Joseph Numa Boyka cannot match it. 2 years now, ask Joseph Numa Boyka what he has done. Let him show us his legacy in terms of infrastructure development, in terms of human development index. I mean, let him show us what he has done. And these are the people that H. Boema family follow. These are the people that H. Boema family support.
He teaching the University of Liberia.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know, but I don't think so. But our brother Louis.
Sorry to say, but Louis in a forum with sort of North, man.
No, I think Louis, are you there?
Sort of North to the back.
Hello, Louis.
So no. I think open era, where a lot of children talking and things. I'm trying to tell you facts here. They can't stand this man. They did the same thing to the late Samuel Doe. They did the same thing to the late Samuel Doe. When Doe took the mantle of authority, they bombarded all over the Western Wall, blackmailed him. He had fingerprint in the Republic of Liberia, but they never gave him change. When they saw this particular George Weah come to power now, they condemn him in the corridor. They condemn him. Today, he will stay with me the most popular man to live and die. He's George Weah. What's Bama family that day? Some all year now, that way by these people used to talk all that crap, like be data University of Liberia, when they used to cajole Liberian people because the society was gullible. We travel more than these people. We want it done in Paris then now, in Milan, in Dubai, in Qatar. So Rihanna, that the place would go. Las Vegas, who this guy name? They lied to the Liberian people. They developed nothing. They took power in that country. Honor Ellen Johnson, he was security advisor whatsoever. He had the ear of the president. He had the ear of Ellen Johnson. What a day. They squandered a lot of money. They never renovated that executive mansion. Honor that was people die. Anyhow, political prisoner on her wife. Job had never had political prisoner. Who say we can't these guys say that days are over? That days are over. Only thing the society stay gullible. These guys don't sort of get platform no more. They sort of being a retirement home now with that money, enjoying with their grandchildren there. When your sister will, your relative or sister will knock her chairman. She squandered the knocker of money. Brother got to sweat on that stage or almost die on that stage. She's a chairman for knocker ratio. See what happened to the president at that time. Joe Wagner was shaking a chair while going to get out to rescue the president at that time. These are the people who can talk. The so-called idiots are over, Prince. They are over. Who don't like people like to limit themselves. That's why I thank God what happened. Majority they used to call with the elected people children with knitted. No, you have made it. We broke that days are over. We whining, dining, we everywhere now in the world. Everywhere. That 30 years ago, or whatsoever, you were so-called idiot, you come from America, where your palm and playing and you're acting like we writing jet now. We write everything, and never even roll. We're doing it now, now, all over the world. All the native people, children, they are native men. I always bring the native and conquer thing up because they feel they were the so-called elite. They own the country. They own everything. Go see that horses. They never even sleep in Fania's hotel. They lie. They able to sleep in suite. They novice that able to sleep in suite. With family that when you come to Europe, they are able to sleep in a 5-star hotel. Who dare him? They come to corridor for them to address the government and having mishap and failure. Then they will put that muff on George Weah. We are here to we're here to debunk the call into order because we need some more here now in the Western world. We got to graduate with high degree, but tomorrow went to school whatsoever. Everybody's smart now. Our days are over. Pray. I told you something here. I said the fear of the United Party. You see all of them coming from the closet now? Like George Weah. It's the only last man standing. If you watch that movie, it's the only last man standing. That's my only fear. I always tell the security apparatus, your God, the president, your God, every phone, he may not even go to too much places. Let him forget what the county tour. You never will. That brother will do county tour. President will not embark on county tour until probably the election time when we have to contest. Yes, then we can battle the county tour. But let him let it go. He has to be highly protected in that country. That's the only man that's saying it. That's the only man that Liberian people are in. Sorry to the other opposition, they know. They can say what they won't say. But reality, Liberian people saw the main fingerprint in the country, but they were in denial. Hardship, all state government in the country. What it changed now? I want to ask Liberian, are you people better or now than George Weah time? And the reality, are you people? Let's be real here. We are all Liberian. Remittance and groom. We're sending more money back home. Inflation engulfed the nation. Family, they're not talking their own stage. They hear to be lying. They take the pulpit now. They take a platform. They want to talk. They see gullible people hearing him. I know if you teach it at the University of Liberia, one million University of Liberia, one of the poorest and failed university in the West African region. Nothing, no system, no computer, no digitals, no computer, TS, nothing. Sorry, man. The so-called elite, the in power now, what they changed? Nothing changed. They lie in the corridor. We're here to debunk that. We're here to debunk them, poho all in that lie. And what we some all here for today.
Thank you, my brother. Louis. Louis, are you there?
I think Louis not coming back because the error here. We can just we want to close now. We can just close.
Want to be audio, yeah. But I want to end like this, right? My people, what we are seeing in Liberia, that you see all of these political figure that are coming up to talk. is because they are ashamed. It's because they themselves now are realizing their failure. It's because the Liberian people's eyes are open and see how these guys have used their proximity to power to enrich themselves and not the people. I was telling somebody in a chat room, I said, look, people like H. Boima Famule, yes, they play their part. But unfortunately, when the opportunity were given to them to transform that country, they did worse. The people who complained and said that the nation was taken over by hooligans, etc., these guys gave real pressure to President Tolbert, to President Samuel Kayando. They did everything. Boima H. Famule were one of those who planned the war to kill almost about 200,000 plus of our people. When these people were given opportunity to come and serve, to come and lead their people, what is their legacy? Their legacy that in BB English for nothing BB English. To the extent that our young people are copying their style of talking. You say,
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
achieved. To the extent that our young people, when they are talking, they are putting all the posture of these people. Then you think that you have achieved. When you are giving an opportunity to serve your people, you must leave a lasting legacy. H. Boima Famule handwork are all over. These are the people who are responsible that today we are seeing our young people in the street and taking drugs. These are the people who are responsible. They brought the war in Liberia. They destroyed the system. The people who destroyed the system are blaming the person who is fixing the system, or the person who fixed the system is blaming President Weah. You see, it is comical, it is sad that people like H. Boima Famule, who should bury his head in shame and sit down and not even utter a word because they were given opportunity. If they were not given the opportunity, we say, oh yeah, these people, they were not given the opportunity. The slain President Samuel Kayando gave people like H. Boima Famule the opportunity. What did he do?
He was minister, I think so.
Yes. Yeah, he was minister.
For education, I think education.
Yeah, I think he was Minister of Education. What did they do? How did they transform the sector that they were in? They served under Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf as security advisor. Look at what happened in that country. Political people who disagree with the government disappear. Like
Yeah,
you said,
they have president.
Marco Allison, and all these other people. We know what happened.
Morune went to prison. Henry Kosade went to prison under their watch.
Under their watch. Then as somebody will come tell us, the CDC will never come back because he can't tell what you resign for politics. No, you resign from politics.
He lied. He taking brown envelope. But it won't say me that him. It won't say he say he can meet the president every time. He don't want it down to the president house. He rehab. He don't want it down. And from there, they get a brown envelope.
And the thing that is even disgraceful, this Boima Famule, who is supposed to be from Grand Cape Mas County, our people were slain and were slaughtered at that B Mountain. Boima Famule did not even write one communication.
One statement.
We did not even see a post or a press conference for him. You think we get time for this?
Thank you.
Look, we respect them serving, and we appreciate that they serve us. They should not come and think that they can fool us. We are not fools around here. We are not fools. H. Boima Famule, in Cape Mas County that you coming from, your people were slain, they were slaughtered. Which one the article you put out? Which one the article you
read? He made one statement. He came to the press to defend his people, to say police director Bwaka will not allow this thing happen in this country anymore. You apologize. He never said it.
When your friend Joseph Numa Bweka, who all of you were in the rebel business, he organized the Lofa Defense Force. When your friend decided that he would disrespect the Supreme Court during the Fonati Kofa incident, H. Boima Famule, what is the article that you wrote? Or let's see the press conference that you had to talk about this. No, let's see it. When the country was back and forth, we had international people coming to say, look, let's stabilize this thing. When Liberia was at the verge of being collapsed,
Only because of Fonatikofa. Eshboma family. What did you say? What did you say? What was your word? Was it of peace? Was it unity? Look, we will no longer allow the names of people to deceive us. Thank God for this thing they call technology. Look, technology has a good side and a bad side. Thank God for technology that we can also do. Look, you don't need to be an expert to do an expert research. No, it's very simple.
But
I listen to somebody
researching
say,
long
oh,
time.
AI ready, the other one ready. Look, my people, when you have the opportunity to use AI to express yourself, use it. That's technology. That the world we living in. So that's the world that we living in. Technology is advanced. That people who don't have opportunity to AI, they want to say, oh, that AI. I don't even bother myself, but people who say, oh, AI, your AI citizen and your internet citizen, your this, that. Any level that we
But
can use
but
to make
Prince,
our country better, we'll use it.
but Prince, why can Brahma Famuna tell a legend George Weah? George Weah was president of the republic, commanding chief of the armed forces. History will be there on the
Sure.
dying day under the crush of that nation. It's in
And
a
these are
record
people,
book.
my
You
brother
Brahma
check.
Famuna, you are the Brahma Famuna no are in the presidency. They didn't see nothing near the presidency. You
No,
were only
and see,
security ambassador.
the thing is, their parents serve government. These people are product, these people are leech. All of their lives, they have always been in government. Government has always been their source of income, their lives, and every other thing. His father served in
Income.
government. He came and served in government. President Weah did not start from serving in government. He played football.
It's a serving government.
Definitely, these are people. All of their lives have been
Pray.
government. He
Pray
depended
why I
on them.
know
My
now.
brother,
Pray.
we found time to talk about this, right? We found time to talk about this. But
Pray.
let me give it to you while
Yeah,
you
pray
go.
why I know now. The whole elite are coming close now. The whole elite, the so-called elite, what we used to hear about, they wow for that university of Liberia, where they feel that was the greatest university. They lie. That they lie. It's one of the least in the West African region. When that compared to Ibadan University, all the great university in Nigeria and other places, that later on I get to know all these things, that munya thing they can be talking. Data University, OAS University, what other they graduated from, they be forming outside the country, they get no mindset, they get no idea. If you look at the university that they lecture people children that keep for that university that they somewhere detour the Nakana Magana that loves this country. Most of them today, they were so-called elite, they work there. They can't say the man what became president George. We are until now. They may not even president for now. This every day they wake up, they won't get headpieces on the man. They may not even talking about politics. They may not even talking nothing. They're waking in the way. They fighting themselves every day. They wake up. The so-called elite in that crew that own this guy. They may get over $100 million budget. Over 100 million, I will speak, controlling racism and FIFA. On FIFA, racism and discrimination. You get office in Casablanca, get office in Zurich. Ne you boy mon famule. Kekelele you. Kekele. You think that about speaking English it made you smart? No, I always tell people no. That your thing you need to do way back. No, it destroy. You can never only gullible society you will cajole. In the library layer to cajole. In that day, he said, print on that podium. He said, I'll go meet the president all the time. Because, go take an envelope. Go take an envelope. So they will never criticize. But at George, we are not in power no more. They want, when they get podium to speak or they get something to talk when they go on interview, that they may need they will call. He's a legend. He are one and down with the greatest people. You have seen everywhere in the world, Qatar, Dubai, wow. So you can make it with him until your next leg. Until your next leg. Even he come back to your next leg, again, you double your again. So we just need to protect the president. We just need to
Thank you.
protect the president. What I have to say.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate your presence. Fellow Liberians, on the 24th, from the 24th to the 28th of June 2026, this year, the CDC USA will be hosting her convention in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
all of you, get ready. It's going to be a wonderful time. Seditians from all over the U.S. will be gathering in Philadelphia from June the 24th to the 28th for the National Convention. That convention is going to bring together leaders from Liberia, the U.S., and other parts of the world. They will be part of that program. So all of you are invited. All of you. Save the date. Again, save the date. The CDC USA National Convention is going to be from June the 24th to the 28th of this particular year. It's going to be a wonderful time where seditians will gather in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, for this unique occasion. So all of you are invited. Get ready. Let's all of us go in PA and storm that place as we begin the process of recalibrating the CDC, especially the CDC USA. Also, the New York chapter of CDC USA will be having a local convention. The local convention of the CDC USA New York chapter will be held on February the 21st. That is this coming Saturday at 6 p.m. So they are inviting all of us. If you are a member of CDC living in New York, you are invited to grace this occasion where they will be having their local convention. You are highly, highly, highly invited. On this note, fellow Liberians, let's say thanks to each and every one of you that used the time to be here. Until we meet again, maybe tomorrow, if God gives us the opportunity, we will be
Okay.
here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Have yourself a God bless.
Respect.
Bye
Bye-bye.
from our end.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.